So for the first, now this was a relatively new concept to me, like a year and a half ago when we started talking about prior written notice. And I got used to thinking, okay, we have the IEP, it's a legal document. But all the time schools act like it's not, like it's this fluid thing and they change things. And my new understanding as of a year and a half ago is that if they're not going to do what's in the document, they have to give you prior written notice for the fact that they're changing it. But I feel like this person is saying, okay, they sent me. So the example that I can
You can
think
give
of,
prior written notice verbally at an IEP. That's possible, but it has to conform to what I said. You have to give the reasons and what information you relied on.
but so then I think the question that this viewer is asking that I now have too is that if they give you prior written notice, and like, so I can think of for my son that we had written into the IEP that he had placement, and they agreed that it would be with a certain teacher. They almost never do that, but in this instance they did, that it would be with a certain teacher because he was going into a class that was a split. It was a 5-6 split, and they agreed that he was going to have placement in that class with a specific teacher. Then the school started and they decided that they were going to disband the 5-6 and there wasn't going to be a 5-6 split, and they moved him. And and they told me
Was
that
he
they
in
were going to,
general ed?
yes, and they told me that they were going to move him. And so I would imagine that's prior written notice. But what happens when you don't agree? What's the recourse when even though they've given you prior written notice and
You can file for mediation. You can request a mediation only, or you can file for due process.
okay, so we do have recourse. They can't just, because otherwise it feels like, well, they can do the IEP meeting and then they can send the prior written notice and then we didn't get what we wanted anyway. So our recourse is mediation or due process. Okay, great.
Right. I mean, mediation only is something that doesn't involve going to due process. You have a settlement conference with the district. You're not, uh, you know, um, apparently represented by an attorney, which doesn't mean you can't consult with an attorney behind the scenes, but it'll be the district and you, and usually like a facilitator that they hire. So unfortunately, those people tend to claim to be neutral, but their paycheck is signed by the district. But that gives you an opportunity to sit down with them outside of an IEP meeting where they're more conscious about following procedure and, that it's being recorded, and at least see where they're coming from.
Okay.
But, there's nothing I'd like to see better than all of you filing for due process this year without attorneys and just jam up the system. And believe me, the deals will get better.
Well, that's a very interesting take on things.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.